When the exhausted crew of the fishing vessel Northern Fortune was on the verge of resigning themselves to the failure of their 2-week expedition, the navigator suddenly noticed a strange glow in the depths of the ocean. No one could understand what it meant. But, against all logic, Captain Marin ordered a change of course to head toward this mysterious phenomenon. The weary sailors obeyed, unaware that the next few hours would completely change their view of the world. What they discovered in a place rarely frequented by fishing fleets made even the bravest among them hold their breath in both terror and awe. 14 grueling days on the open sea had felt endless. That vast expanse where the blue sky merged with dark waters became both their home and their test. Captain Marin, a man with storm-colored eyes and graying temples, bore the heavy responsibility of his crew's lives on his shoulders. His weathered hands, marked by old scars, gripped the helm's worn handle with unwavering strength. Each empty net cast was like a blow to the heart. Fuel was running low, food stores were dwindling, and with them loomed the threat of financial ruin. The crew of the Northern Fortune lived like one big family where everyone understood each other without words and knew their jobs well. A young mechanic, Li Wei, celebrated for his golden touch, worked wonders in the engine room, wringing out every possible revolution from the engines. He spent hours surrounded by the smell of oil and metal mixed with the salty spray that seeped through the ventilation. First mate Pedro Gutierrez, a sailor who had weathered many storms, spent long hours scanning the horizon and thinking of his daughter, who dreamed of becoming a doctor. His well-worn pipe, handed down through generations, rarely went out, exuding fragrant clouds of smoke. Cook Salman Ahmed, who had traveled the 7 seas with his pots and pans, carefully rationed the provisions each day, revealing deeper concern on his time-worn face. Young sailor Laszlo Horvath, from a family with no seafaring history, felt an inexplicable pull toward the ocean. He meticulously recorded every day of their adventures in his battered journal. On the 7th day at sea, in the cramped mess hall, a desperate decision was made to venture even deeper into the ocean, to places rarely visited by fishing vessels. The map spread out on the table indicated a perilous route. Even a minor breakdown so far from the main shipping lanes could spell disaster, but they had no other choice. The taciturn Norwegian Harald Thorsen, red-bearded navigator, charted a new course, hoping the season would favor them. It was as though the ocean heard their prayers and relented. The lookout Navid Ahmadi, legendary among fishermen for his eagle eye, spotted turbulence on the water's surface. It proved to be a massive school of tuna. The days that followed were a non-stop battle with this extraordinary catch. The winches groaned under the weight of the nets, and the deck seemed covered in a silvery shimmer of fish bodies. The sailors worked until bloody blisters formed on their hands, convinced such an opportunity might appear only once in a lifetime. Now and then, whales, the ocean's ancient guardians, appeared nearby to greet the hard-working crew, their spouts soaring skyward and catching rainbows in the midday sun. Yet on the return journey, just when both the cargo and the sailors' spirits were worn out, the ocean tested them once more. A storm struck without warning. Black clouds blanketed the sky, and waves as tall as a 3-story house crashed against the ship with a furious roar. The wind howled like a pack of starving wolves. Captain Marin clung to the helm, steering the vessel away from the storm's center. Every mile was hard-won, but they succeeded. At last, it seemed all trials were behind them. A narrow strip of land appeared on the horizon. Fate, however, had one final twist to offer. Young sailor Laszlo Horvath spotted a sea turtle ensnared in the remnants of a fishing net that had entangled its flippers. Without hesitation, the crew turned the Northern Fortune around to help the distressed creature, despite their own exhaustion. Navigating among the waves, they managed to haul the turtle aboard. Li Wei and Pedro Gutierrez held it gently while Salman skillfully cut away the tangled net. Laszlo doused its hard shell with water so it wouldn't dry out. The turtle's large eyes seemed to regard the humans with both trust and curiosity. When they had finally freed the turtle and lowered it back into the sea, it didn't swim away right away. It lingered near the boat, poking its head out of the water from time to time as though listening to the voices on deck. Its calm grace and unhurried movements were mesmerizing. Even the grimmest sailors couldn't help but smile. For nearly an hour, it kept pace with the Northern Fortune, as if wanting to express its gratitude to those who had saved it in its moment of need. When at last the turtle vanished into the deep blue and the sunset tinted the ocean in gold, the crew realized they had witnessed a true miracle. Harold Torsen softly repeated an old saying that kindness to the sea is always returned 100-fold. In that moment, they felt not just like fishermen returning with a rich catch, but as part of something vast and magnificent of a mighty ocean where human compassion can work real wonders. Thus ended their incredible voyage. The day's final rays gently shone upon the Northern Fortune as though nature itself blessed these people who had proven their hearts had room not only for hard work but also for genuine kindness. Somewhere below the surface now swam the rescued turtle, carrying with it the memory of those who had not turned away from a fellow creature in need. And the legend of the Northern Fortune lived on among fishermen, reminding everyone that even in the darkest of times, one must never lose faith in miracles or in our shared humanity.